And welcome back. Band Bombshell expert in studio with us once again. He's been gone for about a month. He's been down under. We're talking, of course, about Chad Taylor. I want to make you feel like you're still at home, so I brought you a little koala bear.
Now, we're not going to talk about Midnight Oil and In Excess.
Oh, but AC/DC.
I think
but this is good. Because I brought you guys something.
Oh, yeah.
And this is okay. So I brought you this. He's a little koala bear.
Oh, cool.
Those where there's eyes pop out?
No, see, yeah, but this is the most like adorably horrifying thing I could find.
Okay.
So he's a little koala bear.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna push this here, and then I'll put him here so maybe you can hear what he does.
Okay.
So his eyes light up.
Nice.
And that's supposedly the sound they make.
I think you're right.
Which is terrifying.
Zombie koala.
Yeah, so he goes all monster koala. So that's for you guys.
Okay,
well, thank you very
so
much.
Cool. Thank you very much. We're putting together. They're a little family
They're little
now.
buddies now.
Yeah, okay.
They'll make horrible, horrible children.
Nice.
So, yeah. But yeah, so a long time down there. Was about a month down there. It was nice and sunny and happy and clean and
so you got along with everybody down there,
right? Everyone was fabulous. They liked me, I liked them, so it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it's your wife's family. That's a good thing.
Exactly. It was a bit nervous that first couple of days, but things worked out well. So
good.
But yeah, so we got a lot to talk about locally though. Now that I'm back, we're going to start with a couple of things that happened kind of recently too. And first, I suppose we'll start with the city council. Last month, before I left, we talked a little bit about how 13-year-old Finn Anderson was kind of leading this charge to help kind of revise the all ages ordinances that were in town here. And so they had a meeting with the city council. A bunch of local business owners went down, some music fans. Finn was there, of course. They all kind of pitched their case to the city council, and everyone sounded like they were on board. The city council was kind of picking up what they were putting down, and it seemed like we were going to make some progress on this thing. And then this week, the city council voted, and before they voted on the ordinance, they added in a bunch of extra requirements, including retaining the one that made it impossible for shows to happen currently, which is that any band that wants, or any venue that wants to have an exemption to the current ordinance has to prove that more than 50% of their revenue comes from non-alcoholic sales, which no venue in town can do.
Right.
Before this, the only venues that had any exemption to the previous ordinance were Woolies, House of Bricks for a while, and Java Joe's for a while as well. And so, this mainly hurts places like Lefties and Vaudeville Muse, places that aren't technically, I mean, they're places that sell alcohol, but you wouldn't call Vaudeville Muse a bar. Right. It's a music venue that has alcohol. And Lefties, of course, is especially crippled because 90% of their business is college students. And when you can't have, late evening shows for college students, that takes away a lot of your business. So it's this one particular ordinance that or this one particular requirement for 50% of your revenue to come from non-alcoholic sales that just pulls the teeth out of this bill.
And they just added that because they had some harsh regulations before, but this is
they
a
did,
new one?
and it's all. And actually, the rest of the stuff is all fairly manageable. It's stuff like you have to have a dedicated stage and lighting system. You have to book at least 100 shows a year. This was all designed to make sure that you don't have just kids walking into random bars to catch a band in to catch a band in the stage or in the corner, and that's all fine. That's also that's actually relatively that no one disagrees with that, but it's that 50% of your revenue stuff that really affects this. And so what that means basically is that I can take my 13-year-old cousin to Wells Fargo Arena for Taylor Swift and just get wasted, and that's perfectly fine. But I can't take my 19-year-old cousin to Lefties for a show, and because they don't make half their revenue from non-alcoholic sales.
Right. Okay.
So frankly, it was a lot of political posturing on the part of the city council. It was, from my perspective, a little gutless, but this isn't done. So this will be readdressed, I think, later on in the spring.
This is a good lesson for Finn and how government screws everything.
Exactly.
It's the first step.
It really is.
You have to correct.
They will shake your hand with one hand while stabbing you in the back with the other. So
can they get more juice machines or smoothie machines or?
We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if they try and find some way to get around this, but this isn't done. So step one is done.
All right.
Also locally, kind of on the better news. There's a local band, Green Death. Great metal band.
You've talked about them before.
Yeah. So they recently signed a contract with EMP Records.
Nice.
Which is run by Megadeth's bassist, is the fellow who started that.
Cool.
And he was introduced to the band when Corey Taylor brought them on to play Knotfest this year. And so that relationship grew and stuff. So now that band has signed a record deal with them.
Awesome.
So they're going to be re-releasing that band's first 2 independent released records on the EMP label. So that's really exciting news for them. So congratulations to Green Death. And I'm looking forward to seeing the re-releases of those 2 albums in more of a wider release, because they're a really great band.
All right, let's show some of the things we got going up here. How about this?
So Slipknot, speaking of whom, were nominated for 2 Grammys. We've got the Best Metal Performance for their track Custer and Best Rock Album for The Gray Chapter. So those are 2 Grammy nominations coming up for them. Good luck on that for those guys.
And Corey Taylor just had a birthday the other day, 42.
He did,
yep.
So happy birthday, Corey Taylor. Local stuff, announcements for future shows. Miranda Lambert's going to be coming to Forest City, Iowa this year to play the Treetown Festival.
Wow.
That's a fairly big get for them. That's going to happen May 26th through 29th at Heritage Park. I believe it's treetownfestival.com that you can go to look for as far as the getting your tickets, looking for scheduling, that kind of stuff. I don't think tickets are on sale yet, but it'll happen probably around the turn of the year. I'm
friends with her sound guy, and he messaged me the other day, and he's like, "Why are we coming to Forest City?" I'm like, "Big Country Festival. You'll like it. It's
going to be great. Don't worry about it." Another festival announcement is going to be for Mission Creek. They've announced their 2016 lineup. They're going to have a lot of variety going on there. They have in Iowa City, Kurt Vile, Faust, cartoonist Allison Bechtel, and comedian Mark Maron, who has a really great podcast. They're all going to be up there. Again, check out Mission Creek's website for as far as when they release their ticket prices and schedules and all that stuff. But the lineup has been announced, so we're getting into that kind of the part of the year here. End of this year, early part of next year, we'll start hitting all these great lineup announcements and getting ready for the summertime, which is a lot of fun. One last thing, local show news. James Bean, who runs the Central Iowa Music Lab.
Great guitarist.
Great guitarist, great music teacher. And so the Central Iowa Music Lab is having the recital and rock band concert up at Lefty's.
Cool.
That's going to be December 13th, 1 to 6 p.m. on that. It's free. It's all ages. You get to hear kind of the students play their shows and stuff.
That's cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Come out and support them.
Exactly. Go out and support those guys. And
like School of Rock, yeah.
It is exactly right. So it's a lot of fun. James is a great guy for the community, and that should be pretty exciting. So
wonderful. Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
It's good to be here.
I'm glad you're back in the States with me. Get this guy. What do you got? Push his top of him?
Yeah, push his little head.
Okay, we'll push his little head as we go to commercial
Zombie
break.
koala.
This is what koala bears sound like.
You gotta keep pushing
hold it
it.
down.
Rock and roll.
Sounds like
We'll be right back. This is a great day.